Yeah, g'day. I'm sitting here twiddling with the buttons, you can tell. Good morning. It's Saturday, the 26th of November. A windy day out there, as you could tell. Compared to yesterday, it was bright, sunshine, beautiful, warm weather. Now we're getting back into the swing of what's been our spring. hmm Absolutely. We're here for the Daily Lenormand card spread. I'm Rosboundy, psychic medium, and thank you for joining us. We're on YouTube channel, Facebook profile, Facebook page, mytimetv.live Facebook page. And that's the 4 destinations that we have on a weekend. So because we are Saturday, I haven't included the solopreneurs. So here we go. Don't know why, I just don't, because it's Saturday here. So there you go. Tap into your psychic senses, your intuitive abilities, your gut feelings, and most specifically, your conscious decision to connect with spirit and bring in those messages that are more meaningful for you as you're listening, watching, and seeing these cards. Okay, here we go. We've got the 5 cards out this morning. It's not just 3 or 4 or whatever, and Spirit wanted me to bring some charms into it. So we're using the Mystical Lenormand deck this morning. So let's have a look at that one up close. It's been a while since I've had these ones out. So there you go, the Mystical Lenormand. Very interesting card deck, actually, I like the diagrams, the way it shows up. So there we go. I'm just trying to see if I can make that little follower smaller, but I can't. So I'm going to take it off. We'll just have a nice plain screen. Going to shift that out of the way. No, look, I'll leave that there because some of you may like to have that still there. And this is the back of the cards. Good morning, Shaz. So here we go with the back of this deck. Very nice, angelic feel to it. So I'm not going to leave them there. I'm going to actually pull this down. It just feels like I need to be in a more basic, simple framework here. And I didn't want to mess with it before because it just doesn't feel right now. I need to sort it. So does that feel better? For me, it feels better just to have that like that. Nice, plain, simple, nothing else in the way. 5 cards. 5 cards. Very nice layout. The thing with what Spirit guides is just to trust it. And that's even with what you yourselves connect with when you're feeling those little messages from Spirit or those little tweaks of, no, do this, do that type of thing. Does it feel right? Those inner askings that we have when we're making decisions, trying to make we've got choices. We're about to make decisions. Trust that is that connection with the Spirit you're working Now, here we go. There's Shaz. I've put the comment up now. Good morning. I don't think I did it before. I was fiddling with the buttons, wasn't I? And good morning, Kim. Listening while working? Yeah, busy time of year, isn't it? It really is, and it's still not quite right. I've just got to get it right. A little bit of that Virgo for me. Here we go. That feels a little better, and that a little bit more that way. Yes. Spirit just connected with me to do this type of shape. And as I was doing it, I had to have them touching each other for some reason. So the message is about being connected, and there is no separation. So what that means for these cards and the way that this message is coming forward is I don't know yet, because I don't sit here and study and memorize what's laid before us before we start. I put the cards down, I line them as Spirit wants them, and never go away, and I get my coffee like I've got here, my coffee, and I'm going to have a sip while you contemplate what you feel as these cards are in front of you now. What we have in this left hand connection and the right hand connection and that joins them together at the top. We've got the anchor and we've got the birds. At least I'm pretty sure this is the birds card. I haven't looked at the numbers either. 25, I'm pretty sure, is the birds. I really probably do need the guidebook out with this one because the card numbers are actually quite stylized, and I don't, it's not always the obvious in this one. I'm pretty sure it's the birds though. So the anchor and the birds really is that feeling of, um, being grounded but ready for flight. We've got this that is the bird on the underneath though, which it sort of feels a little counter what we normally expect, because an anchor would be at the base and grounding. So whether there's just that sense here of connection through, um, not letting us be too anchored in, being able to take off when we want to. Like this here is the bird at a window that can see in the background in its mirror that's inside this room. So we can see the cello, we can see a vase, I think it is. Oh no, the bird, it looks like the magpie type, those the black and white ones that steal the jewelry and shiny objects, because that is actually a ring. I'm going to have to look up the guidebook with this now, because I cannot for the life of me remember what is number 26, 20 card 25. Is it the ring or is it the birds? Very intriguing that in all the years I've been doing Lenormand, I cannot remember what the number 26 is. 25, sorry, 25. 25. You see, here it is, the interesting factor that this is not the bird card. This is the ring card. Number 25 is the ring, and the ring is the classical card for partnership, marriage, a relationship, or a connection. So I don't know what it means under the anchor. And if the card lies on the right, oh, that's just about the grunt of blow. So it indicates a relationship's going to end. This is all to do with a grunt of blow. But this is the ring card. So how'd you be? I really need to memorize the numbers, I think, so that I don't goof up. But it doesn't matter, because honestly, it is the first instinct we feel as we're seeing something in a depiction of a card. Good morning. Oh, good evening, Liz. Good evening. Your Friday evening still. So what I thought was a bird card is actually the ring card. So I'm feeling that in this context, knowing it's actually the ring card, and there is a lovely ring there, the anchor. The anchor is about, it's an obvious thing. It's holding things stable, and a boat most especially, or whatever we want to really, because an anchor can be just something tied around us to hold us steady, to hold something steady, us steady if we're mountain climbers. You have an anchor somewhere that's going to hold you for safety and all of that. So this, it almost feels like, I still feel it's the bird in a lot of sense, and it is, but it's about the ring. The ring is actually the one that we're going to hold, hold steady if things are feeling a little rough. And because the ring is relationships and vows and promises and things like that, bring it back to really feeling what the purpose of it was in the first place. Because what I'm feeling as it's gelling now is that sense of keeping things connected, because all of these cards wanted to be touching each other, at least touching, keeping it fully connected, like it is a circle, but it's not a circle. It's just keeping connected. That's the general thing I felt as I was laying them, that spirit wanted me to know. So if here with this being a ring, it is really keeping things connected, keep in touch with what is, that the issue around commitment, what is coming forward, being able to set free if you need to the people who you love, but it's that they will come back round. It feels like that type of an energy around this, that set free that needs to be set free. What comes back will be, in truth, that love, that loving connection that can really be anchored in. We're going to move over to the right to see what these cards are. And we've got the garden, the park's garden up the top, and it is the bouquet, the flowers at the bottom, a very synchronous, connected, interactive factor of what is grown being able to be brought in to enjoy, to gift, to receive, all of that that is the beauty of the garden in its succinct little blooms, blossoms, flowers, whereas the whole realm of the parks and nature, the natural realm, and here we've got some, I suppose it's ducks on the pond. Oh, it's actually swans, not ducks, more grand than ducks, and a beautiful gazebo and people walking around a pathway. It's beautifully formal and tailored to be appreciated in the fullness and beauty of what well, is it the best of what Mother Nature can bring? It's the by design, this is. Whereas what we can experience out and about in our environment is the realm of natural Mother Nature. I'm feeling that connection with how we tailor the beauty that's around us and being able to connect that in and appreciate the beauty in its smallest of ways to the largest of ways. And connecting that together, here we have the snake at the top. The snake is almost looking like that, I'm the king of the castle, look what I've got, the golden egg. And it absolutely is, with the sun and the moon each side, and the snake does have the crown there. So it's almost that feeling of what is the lowest of the earth, because the snake crawls along the earth. It is in its position of connecting to being that highest space and realm as the king or the queen of the whole kingdom. That's how I'm feeling that energy with that one today. And I just love the way that it's actually depicted here. You know, you've got it on, it's an island and it's the king of all its space and all, you know, that is. Do snakes have eggs? Is it egg? Yes, they do, don't they? And the eggs hatch. Probably not all of them. You know, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's, you know, in an egg there is the fullest and absolute potential of that new birth, and that we have as a new life and coming forward to the next generation. So it really feels like that full and complete cycle of life is here, because we've got that we're committing to. You know, it almost does feel like partnership and family and all that we have here in growing, you know, holding things steady so that everything can grow and flourish and into that is the fullest potential of what Mother Nature brings in the end part really is the blossom. Once we've got those flowers and they start to wither and die, it's the seeds, isn't it, that then continue on that cycle. So that's the way that these regenerate. The eggs for the new birth, new life, and what we commit to in how we're living our lives and what our beliefs are as well. And the charms. Apparently, I needed to put out 3 charms. So what we have, it is the cane, it is the horseshoe, and it is the ladder. It just felt like sometimes we do need some help and good luck to actually steady ourselves through life. This is partly that making sure that we've got the ladder steady on the ground, but that we can gain whatever heights we need to, and towards being that king or queen of our kingdom, of whatever we have in our life that we can generate forward, you know, putting forward as our life, our pathway, and what we do. And this is the beautiful pathway around our gardens too, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. It's weird how sometimes the spirit will bring us to a completely different way of doing something and reading cards and looking at how we're getting our messages, because they can be in so many different ways. I love using the cards. So, what other things is it that you pick up on when you're out and about doing your daily things, whatever you do in your day? Are you always open, or do you feel like you're closing off your mind and not picking up anything? You know, I asked a friend of mine the other day, you know, oh, well, what did you dream the other night? He doesn't dream. And he said, no, I don't. I just don't. I don't have dreams. And I thought, how sad. I have dreams. But what other things are you picking up on through the day? There's so many different ways that we actually gather those messages from our environment, from how we feel from our within. And that's partly that connection that is to do with our spirit guidance, That's my belief anyway. And it's also that soul connection, that is right in the more center of our heart, center of who we are, in whichever way you feel it. So, oh look, it's just trust the way that you're receiving, and from that, grow it into what it needs to be so that you can then pass it on to others in whatever way you are, in how you are being, in what you speak, in how you do, all of that sort of stuff. Be the example and gift out and about and around you. Those beautiful bouquet of flowers that we've got there. Receive and give. So thank you for being here and joining me for our Saturday morning daily Lenormand cards. So have a wonderful day. I'll be back again tomorrow morning. And in whatever way, whatever you do, be the best you can be in the doing, in the being, and just namaste till tomorrow.